Coming to you from Silicon Slopes, I'm Christina Ayanian with Nasdaq, and joining me is CFO Mark Hancock and CEO Jason Murray of PACS. Gentlemen, thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Talk to me about the history of PACS and how you got started.
Yeah, so the origin story is I was in college. My wife comes from a family of large family of 10 siblings. Many of her brothers were involved in nursing homes as nursing home administrators. One had come back at the same time that I was in business school, had come back to school, and then after the first semester came to me and said, hey, I'm dropping out of school, I'm going back to running nursing homes, which I thought was the craziest thing I'd heard. You know, a lot of reasons to drop out of school, but nursing homes wasn't one I would have ever thought of. So it was intriguing. I kind of followed his career. Over the years, you know, we'd go out and visit. He'd take me through his facility, introduce me to his staff, to his residents, his patients. These were people that became like family to him. And it didn't feel like work because, you know, you leave your home in the morning, you go to another home, and these people are like family. So over the years, it was just intriguing to kind of follow it. I kind of took a different career route. I was in the auto industry, in the steel industry. I was in banking for a while. And then every year he would call and say, look, you need to come work for us. And every year on the year, and then after 10 years, he finally said, look, instead of coming to work for us, would you be interested in buying us out? And that's when I called up Jason with his kind of deep background in operations and in healthcare, his whole career in post-acute as well as acute healthcare. And so we formed up and bought into this partnership of 2 facilities in Southern California, and we formed what is now today PACS.
That's an incredible story. You've grown tremendously from 2 facilities back in 2013 to 201 facilities in 2023. Congratulations on that incredible growth. How have you been able to grow in such a rapidly changing environment?
Yeah, it's a good question, one that we get a lot. And I would say from the origin, we never really had an idea that we would grow to the size that we are today. It really just took on a life of its own. And I think the motivation behind it and the drive behind it is that we're a mission-driven company. So we believe that we're improving people's lives every day. Not only our 25,000 patients that we take care of every day or our 35,000 employees, that is what drives us. I mean, that is the ability to impact their lives in a way that is meaningful is why we do what we do. And we have a business model where we take distressed facilities and infuse them with a leadership model, a clinical model that is unique. And by doing that, we infuse new life into that location. And it's very rewarding to see that, to see the lives improve of the patients, see the lives improve of our staff as well. And there just happens to be a pretty good business thesis behind that as well. And
That's
so
amazing.
it's been a great journey.
That's amazing. Going off of that point, how has your growth been, especially with staffing shortages when it comes to nursing?
Yeah, it definitely has been challenging, right? You see in the media, you know, today, and especially during COVID-19, healthcare was hammered with staffing shortages and challenges. And really, what we tried to do is just stay true to who we are. We felt like we've built a very unique culture as a company, and so we've tried to make our locations destination locations for staff. And when you really focus heavily on culture, and take care of your employees and make sure they feel valued and their work is meaningful. We've seen great success in relation to our peers and our competitors with retaining staff, where we have, you know, some of our key positions less than a 2% turnover rate, which during this time we're very happy about that. And I think that speaks volumes for the type of work that we're doing to retain.
That's
employees.
amazing. It's clear that your internal culture also reflects the external culture.
Yeah, that's right. That's a good way of saying it, yeah.
Now, how do you differentiate yourself with others who are competing in the same market?
Yeah, so, you know, we really focus on taking traditional nursing homes that are, you know, largely focused on long-term care, custodial care, and those facilities, I mean, nursing homes, average age is 30, 40 years old. So these are tired, sleepy, you know, stereotypical stinky nursing homes. And as Jason said, we come in and breathe new life in the physical plant, and we upgrade the facility with the clinical teams to take a more post-acute type of patient, a higher acuity. And so we fill that excess capacity. You know, traditional nursing homes are maybe 60, 70% occupied, so we use that open capacity to take patients that are coming directly out of the hospital, we rehab them, get them well, and the best outcome for us is get them back in their home or in assisted living. There's a lot more options for long-term care today.
What does the future look like for PACS?
Yeah, I think so. So Mark touched on an important point that I think we're seeing in healthcare, which is the acuity level is shifting downstream. We're trying to get patients into a lower cost setting, and the level of acuity, like yesterday's hospital patient is today's nursing home patient, and so it requires providers like us to make sure that our employees are well trained, that they have the resources they need to take care of that acuity. It requires a significant investment in the physical plants that we have to take care of those patients, and so we see that continuing to move. We've seen I've been doing this for 3 years now, and we've seen a significant change in that acuity level at the facility level. And nursing homes are the lowest cost inpatient institutional setting that we have in the healthcare continuum today. And so we feel very good about that. And when we talk about the future of PACS, we'll continue to evolve with the needs of the local communities that we serve. And we think that looks like just greater acuity coming down to the nursing facilities. And so we need to be very good at taking care of that higher acuity. And as we do that, we see ample opportunity to grow, right? We have 201 facilities, as you mentioned. There's just roughly 15,000 nursing homes across the country. And we're one of the largest providers in the country. I think we're the second largest, if I remember right. And so you can see it's highly fractured. So there's a lot of opportunity to continue to take these distressed facilities, turn them around, and capture some of these acuity levels as they continue to grow.
It really is life-changing work that you're doing, and it must be so rewarding to be in this space.
It really is. I mean, we like to describe it as our life's work. Again, I spent a career in some interesting areas, in the auto industry, in the auto, assembly line, seeing, production vehicles coming off the line, and it felt like, if that line stopped, it felt like life or death, because that plant manager was, doing everything he can. Heads would roll to get that line running again. But in our instance, we truly are. It literally is life and death. We have patients' lives in our hands, and we don't take that for granted. So we dedicate resources, people, equipment, the talent, and the leadership teams to provide the best quality care that we can.
You really are doing great work. Now, we are at a technology conference, and we're living in a new tech age, I would say. How are you incorporating technology into PACS?
So I think the best answer for that is if you have ever stepped foot in a nursing home, I think you'll identify pretty quickly that it hasn't aged well. And you can see from the physical plant, and you can certainly see from the technology side of delivering care. And I would say that's one of the first things that we look at when we are looking to grow and acquiring a target. We go in and do a full analysis of the physical plant, of the environment that we need to upgrade, and that requires a significant investment in technology. So it's very interesting that we like to tout that we are the most sophisticated operator in the nursing home world today, and we probably have the most technology as well to deliver that care. Now, granted, the bar is pretty low, so we can say that with kind of a smile. But we have invested tens of millions, probably upwards of $50 to $60 million in the 10 years we've been doing this, and maybe even more than that, in the physical plant investment of technology, because that is the future of care. And it's important for our stakeholders, like the hospitals, the physician groups. They want to know how their patients are doing at our locations. And so the investment that we've had in medical record technology to share that information with those different parties is very, very important, and it provides better continuum of care for our patients. But Mark, you probably have a better answer than I do on that one.
Yeah, our whole support center is dedicated to being data-driven, technology-driven, and again, this has never happened in the history of nursing homes before, where we've got an integrated ERP system that is very HR-centric with the 30,000 employees that we have and the 20,000 patients that we take care of every day. We've got electronic healthcare records. And again, this is an industry where, when we take over facilities, generally they're still on paper charting. It's very archaic. They have a fax machine. They don't even have Wi-Fi in the building. And so, like Jason said, the bar's low, but we've invested in common platforms, in building a back office engine that takes all the information available for the local teams. We deliver that to them in app-based, mobile-based tools, so that they're not sitting in their office filling out reports and taking their time away from their patients. We provide that information. We aggregate it with APIs that update every 30 minutes, so it's truly real-time information delivered to their hands so that they can focus on what they do best in delivering care.
That's incredible. It's safe to say you're doing a great refresh, not only within your facilities, but also with the industry overall.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, we like to say regularly that we're revolutionizing skilled nursing, and we believe strongly in that.
Absolutely. And we know the sky's the limit for you. Gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us and sharing your story. We look forward to continue following.
Great.
Thank you,
you.
Christina.